me, it's Johnny Boy. I'm getting all excited again. I'm with my mate here, Jack. Here he is. Oh, it's soon be Christmas. Anyway, on a serious note, what are we doing today?
Putting all the features on the step.
All the risers, aren't we? And we're using these cream colours. Have a look at this now. These are this one's going to go. This one around outside as a frame, and then these. Oh no, they're the risers as well, aren't they?
The risers for the front part.
Yeah. So better. Let's just show you. So here we are. There we go. Let's turn the radio down a bit. We don't want to get done for any copyright claims. So there we are. That's where the riser is going to go along that side there. You can see it, and it'll look really good and nice and clean. So we've got the black picture frame in front of it. So we're going to slide those across over there and get those done. But we're going to mitre this corner on here. But we've got to get that one across first. So we've got to go all the way down here. Have a look along there, all the way along. Clean the bit of the snots of cement off as well. And hopefully this will look a little bit different by the end of the day. Well, as you can see, we've got our first riser on. That's stuck on. You could say, well, why didn't I stick them on before? But it's nice and clear down there, so we can just slide them along and get it on. We wanted that, the main step, to go off basically. But look, what we're doing, we're not taking it right to the building. We're one brick below damp course on the step here, so that's absolutely fine. But what we're also doing is we're lining it through on the main run here and making sure that it all looks the same and equidistant. So next stage. So what we've got to do now, we've got to put a mitre on here. Normally I just keep these square, but I think we'll just try a mitre for a change. I've done them before this way. So that's our line. We're going to have 45 on here, and then we'll put a 45 on the other one. But the beauty of the DX250 1400 is that it's got this facility where you can turn it over and cut at a 45. Oh, got our mitre. We've got a slight little chip on the underside, but that's going to be below the picture frame level anyway, so that'll be absolutely fine. Normally I would put these on square. I have mitered them before, but that's not bad at all, is it? No jumping around today. It's me, it's Johnny Boy. I've had a shave for you. I haven't brushed my hair, but what I want to do is I want to show you where we're at. So I've talked about this part, this patio, and the picture frame that we've got round here. But what we've done, if Jack, if you can come over this side and just look down the side, we'll be able to show. If you just come from this angle now, maybe just beyond the mixer stand, you'll be able to see the risers where we stuck on yesterday, and they've gone off absolutely solid. We've mitered the corner on there as well. Sometimes we just bring it and keep it just squared up, but we've mitered the corner. We've got a full mil gap, it's absolutely precise, and we've got the risers stuck on there on that side. Now, in the front of there, on that threshold now, we're going to be putting a black picture frame going down there. But if you just come over here, what we've got to do on here, we've got a downpipe to do on that side, and we've got a downpipe to do here. We're going to drill through here, we're going to cut through, we've got a core cutter, we're going to cut through there, we're going to get the pipe back into the drain underneath. But if you step on here, I'm going to step just over on this bit. This is, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, we spoke about this before, but we've got the cladding done on this feather edge fence on this side, and it just looks absolutely fantastic. I'm really pleased about it and how it fits in this corner. We've got a great step going all the way along here, so we'll be able to step off on here. And I'm going to say it, we are going to have artificial grass. It's what the client wants. The ground isn't very good for actually growing real grass. I don't know, it's a bit of a tough one. You know, I like to put real grass down, but this is what the clients want. They want to reduce the maintenance, so that's what's going to happen. If you come over here now, Jack, what we've done here, so this looks a little bit odd at the moment, but the idea, I'm going to step on here now because I can, the idea about this part is that our client should be able to put a nice little seat in here. It'll be full with plants on the back end, and then she'll be able to look across the garden. This is the vista looking into the garden, and this will encourage her to come to this part of the garden and use it. What we're going to do over here, I'm going to throw this a little bit now. I just wanted to change it. So we've got the paving in the cream colour porcelain, then we've got the black picture frame. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a picture frame in the cream porcelain that we're using here to come down here. I don't want a contrast on here because we've got the grass as well, so I'm just trying to tone it down a little bit, I suppose. We've already got a sub base in here. We've got about 4 or 5 inches of sub base in here. We're going to have to build it up maybe a little bit more before we put our grano dust on the top. But as you can see, it's coming together, and the exciting thing that our client wants to do, she wants to put black glass as a gravel mulch. Black glass. I've given Derbyshire Aggregates a call. I'm not getting paid to say. I always got to say because people think I get paid to say when I mention other companies, and they seem to be about the cheapest at the moment. But if you've got any information about black glass, tumbled glass for a gravel, for a mulch over the top of a membrane, just let me know. It's not raining. Touch wood. See you soon. Well, here we are. So what we have here, we just up on this side, I just you all see with porcelain, not all porcelain, but a lot of it is not exactly, they say it's vitrified and rectified, and you know the calibration's spot on, but I was talking to a colleague the other day down in Cornwall at Glen Humphreys, and he said that in one part there was over 5 mil higher in the middle on one of the porcelain products he was using, and I think it was a Marshall's product, not being detrimental to Marshall, but that's just porcelain as a whole. Look, what I'm actually doing here, we're putting this picture frame in here, and if you look down here from this side, Jack, yeah, we've got a bit of cement on it. I'm going to clean that up in a moment. But what we're using a very sharp screed here, and we've mixed it semi-dry. And the reason we're doing that is because it's overcast at the moment, and if it does rain, it can take the wet a little bit. So if you look at that now, the wet that's in the cement, if you look at that now, the wet that is in the cement is actually forming a nice slump, and it's actually going to hold up in itself. So that's well compacted. And the other thing, of course, as usual, we're putting, well, Jack he's mixed up, we're using Easy Prime. Again, I'm using that because it's easy to mix up, and it saves us keep buying that SPR and stuff and mixing our own up. You can you know, choose to mix your own if you want. That's absolutely fine. But that's what we're doing, and I just feel that when you're using a product like this now, this sharp sand, this screed, it's not going to wash away, and it's going to go off quicker, and there isn't so much water in it at this time of the year when things are very cold and things freezes. Just try and reduce the water in your mortar. Bit of noise going on in the background, but there we are. We changed the contrast of the picture frame, and as you can see, we've got the same colour as the slab that we've used, and it works. I think it does anyway. Just changes up a little bit, adds a little bit more balance to the garden, and there it is. It shoots across, heading back towards the steps. So we'll get those last 2 cuts in now, and then we'll get the black picture frame in front of the step in tomorrow. Just let it go off and let it cure. I'm just so glad that I actually used that screen mix, because it does go off a little bit quicker. It's got enough moisture in it, and it's going to add a little bit more strength to the mortar than what you would do if you add a wet mix. As I said before, you get that rapid evaporation, rapid evaporation, and then you get shrinkage as well, and then you get the delamination of the unit that you've laid. But I'm pleased to get it all cleaned up in a minute before we go.